Hi guys, in today's video I am going to tell you some positive benefits of being a digital nomad, because in my opinion there are many reasons why you should be a digital nomad. And of course many people just want to run away from the 9-to-5 jobs and all of that stuff and just travel the world by working. But of course it also comes with a price, and it is not always easy, I have to tell you. But there are definitely some benefits of being a digital nomad. And the first reason is that you are going to have more flexible schedules. And I am much more flexible than when I had a normal job. And this allows me to do much more physical activities. For example, now I was just like, you know what, I just want to go on a hike and just work a little bit on the way, and I found this great spot which is my setup now. And I always have a solar panel with me, and of course my phone has great 4G, and so I can work from here. And I also decided to do this video. So the physical activity aspect is so great of being a digital nomad. You can go on different kind of adventures on the weekends, and also after work you can swim in the ocean if you are at a spot where there is an ocean, or you just go and do some rock climbing or kayaking. And it is different in my opinion, and for me personally, when I am living in different places, because I am excited about each and every new place. And when I lived one place for many years, I wasn't that excited about that. And I think as people we are all different, but for me the digital nomad life is just so suitable and so perfect, and in my opinion it is for many people. And I am going to also make a video about the negative aspects of the digital nomad life, because for many people this life is not suitable, and it is also important to mention. For me also, as a non-social person, I have Asperger's, and it is great in focusing on work, but for me like socializing was never a thing that I happily did. And traveling the world brought me so many challenges. And so the second reason is mental and cognitive health, and not just physical fitness but cognitive fitness, because traveling is going to give you so many situations where you have to adapt, like learning a new language, adapting to a local new culture, problem solving. When you are traveling there are going to be many situations where you have to solve problems like on the spot, and you are going to be more flexible. Like I was a person who planned everything ahead for even years, but when I started traveling, and especially during the virus situation, everything was so rapidly changing that I had to adapt, and I learned to socialize a bit more, to rely on flexibility a bit more. And in my personal opinion it is great for mental fitness and your cognitive abilities, because you are not going to get used to everything and just live life, and your cognitive abilities are going to just deteriorate, just decrease, but you are going to always have to adapt. And for some people it is unacceptable and they are not going to be digital nomads. But I successfully survived the first years, and now I am much more capable and I learned so many things, and it is all because of being a full-time traveler. This might be a controversial part, but actually the third reason is that being a digital nomad many times can lead to less stress. And it is controversial because in my opinion for many people digital nomad life is more stressful, because sometimes you don't have great internet, sometimes there is hurricane and everything, but for the majority of people it is less stressful and comes with less depression, because you don't have to deal with all those office situations every day and the traffic jams. And if you select, and it is, I think, the most important part, if you want a less stressful life when being a digital nomad, if you select a great place for your needs when you are a digital nomad. And I made the mistake to select places that were just not for me, and I was stressful even though I was a digital nomad and I was free from the 9-to-5 job, but I was still stressful. And when I realized that I have to combine all the things that I would like when I am traveling and when I am working somewhere, and pick a place to book as accommodation according to these aspects, it led me to really a so much more relaxed state. And it took me years, and I hope that when you are watching my videos, it is going to take you, not years, but maybe just a couple of months, because I am telling you some tips and tricks about this lifestyle. Now, coming from the Western world, one thing that everybody is talking about, that is 100% reality, is better diet and nutrition. Because, and it is of course the fourth reason, and because many countries in Southeast Asia and South America offer so many local produce, so many fresh food from the ocean, like fresh fishes, from the trees, like fresh fruits, bananas, guavas, papayas, pineapples. And I can't really imagine living in a highly expensive Western country anymore for a long period of time, where you have to spend thousands of dollars for quality food, and even then you don't know if it has GMO or not. And many places in the world, of course not every place, but in many places the food is really fresh and it comes from the local farm or the local small market. And it is very important for me, and it became very important for me as I started to travel to these regions. And now it is very difficult to find all this fresh stuff in the same quality in many parts of the Western world. So in my opinion, better nutrition and diet is really a great part in being a digital nomad. Now, the last tip is, and it is strange coming from a person who is not very like a social person, and I also chose this kind of life because I couldn't deal with people all my life. And living with Asperger's, it gives you very different vibe. And as I grew up, people didn't really know what is happening with me and didn't really accept some things, and so it was just a mess. And I think people who are also like this, they also really just know this feeling. And even now, when I got offered like a good amount of money to go to a meeting, I am saying, like a really good amount of money, I am saying no. I only communicate through text. Now, I know it is a privilege that I have, because I built my own business, and even this way it is not that easy to do, but I just know who I am now. I learned about myself and I know what I want from life. But so the fifth tip is that when you are traveling the world, everything becomes like different in a way that you wouldn't expect. For example, if you just live in a town and you already have those connections with people and you are feeling great with that situation, then it is awesome. But many people have bad feelings with these situations when you already have a stigma against you, when people already know you for a long period of time, and you can't break out from that stigma that surrounds you, because those people know you, and then you can't change because those people expect the same from you over and over again. And as for psychology, the digital nomad lifestyle is probably the best thing ever happened to me. Also, the fact, because I realized that this way, and I am not an easy person, so it is also important. This way, I could really rebuild myself from the start. And if I fail, which is common, if you have this kind of personality traits that I have, I can go to another place and try again. And I got so much better at communicating with people, be around people, and it gave me so much freedom. And I think many people know these kind of things, maybe not the same way as I do, but when you have a certain personality that everybody expects from you and you can't break out from that, everything is harder. Like weight loss is, even a simple thing like weight loss is so much harder when you are surrounded by the same people, and it gives you strength to be able to travel to different places, eat fresh food, do outdoor activities. And if you want, you can meet new people every day, because all of you are travelers, and it is so different than when you meet somebody and you know that you are going to live for 100 years with that person in the same village or same town. Very different stuff. I hope these were interesting for you and I could show you some insight in the life of a digital nomad. If you have any questions or any video ideas, because I need video ideas, just let me know in the comments and I will happily make videos about those topics as well. Safe travels.